Hey guys, today's question is rotating the box. In this question, we are given a m cross n matrix of characters representing some elements in the box. A stone is represented by hashtag, a stationary obstacle by asterisk, and empty by a point. Okay. Now we have to rotate that box by 90 degrees. So the box is rotated by 90 degrees clockwise, causing some of the stones to fall due to gravity. So, like in the example, we can see the box was initially like this. When we rotated it by 90 degrees, so it moved like this. So this element is this element and this element is this element. So due to gravity, as there was space here, so this stone falls in the right direction, which is downward direction after rotating. And also inertia is not working here. It is given, so no inertia effect we have to take upon. And other thing, if there can also be an obstacle, and the gravity does not work on obstacle. Okay, gravity won't work on obstacle. So as obstacle was here, after rotating in 90-degree, obstacle are still at the same position. Okay, but as this box was here and here was some space, so this box will go downward. So this box is here. Okay, uh, not box, actually stone. And these two boxes, there are no space in the right direction, so they are at the same place. Okay, so what we'll do is we have to only the position of stones are changing, that we know. So if there is space in the right direction of the stone, okay, then we will just simply shift the stone in the right direction. Okay, like here in the given array, if there was a space in the just after right direction of the stone, so we shifted the stone to the right direction and we mark that place as empty. Okay, now after doing this operation in the given array, we will simply rotate it to 90 degree. Okay, by using the formula that we will create this vector of the rows as the columns of this vector and the columns as the rows of this vector, and we will simply mark we will simply transpose it. Okay, sorry, rotate it. Okay, now let's code to understand well. Also, what we will do to shift these stones is we will take a previous pointer which will denote what was the last value of the where that stone should go. Initially, like for this example, previous will be at n position and we will move the stone to previous plus 1 position. Okay, we will iterate from right to left direction because stones will move from left to right. So after going here, previous will be again here. After going here, we will mark previous as this point because the obstacle won't shift in the right direction. Okay, obstacle will be at the same position. So when we go here, again the previous will be here, and when we go to this stone, we will see that previous minus 1 is this position, so the stone will shift to this position. So we are going to use the two pointer approach. Okay, now let's code. Initially, let's take m as the number of rows and n as number of columns. So box 0 dot size. Now we will simply iterate over for int I equals to 0, I less than m I plus plus, iterating over all rows. And now in every rows we will traverse from right to left direction and move the stones where they will go after rotating in 90 degree. Okay, so initially, as we said, we will take previous as n and we will take j pointer as n minus 1. Now we will simply go from right to left, so while j is greater than equals to 0. So there are three cases. The current element can be a stone, can be space, or a obstacle. So if it is a space, okay, we don't need to do anything. If it is an obstacle, then we have to update the value of the previous where the stone will go, and if it is a stone, then we have to shift it to the last previous minus 1 value and decrement the previous point, and every point we will decrement j. Okay, so first point, if the box value box ij is empty, which is represented by dot, then we will not do anything. Okay, else if the current value is a obstacle which is represented by asterisk, so if box ij is a asterisk, okay, then as I said, we have to update the value of previous, so previous equals to j. Okay, else in the else case, if this is a stone, then we have to move it to the right direction, but before moving we will mark it as empty, because after moving that space will become empty. So box ij equals to empty, which is represented by dot. Okay, and we will move that box to the previous -1 position. So box I previous -1 will be stone, which is hashtag, and we will decrement previous here also, and in every case j will be decremented. Okay, now after doing this, we have to create our answer. So to get the answer, we have to make a new 2D vector which will contain, for every row there will be columns, and for every number of columns there will be rows. So like here there are 4 columns, so in this 2D vector that we have to written, there are 4 rows and there are 2 rows, so here there are 2 columns. Okay, so we will create that vector char. Let's name it as rotated box. So the number of rows is number of columns, so n, and the number of columns are number of rows, so char m comma, initially let's mark all as dot, or let's not mark anything, that won't matter because we will change every position. Okay, wait a second. Now as we made the 2D vector that we have to return, we have to simply fill it. Okay, for simply filling it, what we will do is, as you can see, for this first row, okay, for this first column, sorry, here it is the first row. Okay, so when we go like here, we can see the value of I will be 0 here, and in this box that we have to return, the value of j will be 0. Okay, so the value of column will be same as the value of row in that vector. Okay, and for this value, this is 0 and this will move to 1. Okay, so for that for that element in the row, the value in this vector will be n minus I minus 1. Okay, because it is rotated in the right direction. So let's write that for int I equals to 0, I less than m I plus plus, for int j equals to 0, j less than n j plus plus. Now let's understand again rotated box. Now we will fill this value later. This value will be the current value. Okay, box ij. Now let's understand what we have to write in this position is, for this example we can see this value is 0 0 0 1 and 0 0 1 0 and 2 0. Okay, now for this 2 0, we know that this element is at this position. Okay, after rotating, so for this 2 0 our current value is 0 0. For the 0 0 our current this value will be 0 comma 2. So here, and for this 0 1 this value is 1 comma 0. So the first value will be j. Okay, because for the row will be same. Okay, for that row our column will be same. Okay, so j, and the second value will be m minus I minus 1 by our formula. Okay, m minus I minus 1, and after that we will simply return our rotated box. So rotated box, and let's simply run this. Okay, let's submit. So the code is accepted. Thank you for watching.